On July 16, 1969, three men sat on top of the most powerful machine ever built, waiting for it to ignite. Their target was a glowing rock 250,000 miles away. In 4 days, if everything went perfectly, two of them would walk on another world. Nothing like this had ever been attempted, and 1 billion people were watching. The numbers were almost unbelievable. The moon sits about 384,000 kilometers from Earth. The spacecraft would travel there at speeds reaching 39,000 kilometers per hour. And the whole mission would last just over 8 days, from launch to splashdown. Every one of those numbers had to be hit almost perfectly, or the crew would never come home. The rocket itself was a giant. The Saturn V stood 111 meters tall, taller than the Statue of Liberty, and nearly as tall as a 36-story building. Fully fueled, it weighed around 2,900 tons, and at liftoff its 5 engines burned 20 tons of fuel every single second. It remains the most powerful rocket ever flown by human beings. 3 astronauts made the journey. Neil Armstrong, the mission commander, would be the first to step onto the surface. Buzz Aldrin, the lunar module pilot, would follow him down. And Michael Collins, the command module pilot, would stay in orbit alone, circling the moon while his crewmates landed below. The mission unfolded in stages. First, launch from Kennedy Space Center. Then Earth orbit, to check every system. Next, the burn toward the moon, a 3-day coast across empty space. Then separation, as the lunar module Eagle dropped toward the surface while Collins waited above. Each step had to work, in exact order, with no room for error. The landing itself came within seconds of disaster. As the Eagle descended, alarms blared and the computer nearly overloaded. Armstrong took manual control, hunting for a safe spot as fuel drained away. When the Eagle finally touched down, an estimated 25 seconds of fuel remained. 25 seconds between history and catastrophe. At 10:56 p.m. Eastern Time on July 20th, Neil Armstrong stepped off the ladder and onto the surface. "That's one small step for man," he said, "one giant leap for mankind." For the first time in the story of our species, a human being was standing on another world, watched live by hundreds of millions back home. Apollo 11 was never really about the moon. It was proof of what focused human effort could achieve, that a goal once thought impossible could be reached in under a decade. The astronauts came home safely on July 24th, splashing down in the Pacific. And the footprints they left behind, with no wind or water to erase them, are still there today.